If you're 5 years or less away from retirement, or if you're already retired, your advisor should be able to answer one very important question. What is this plan actually improving? Is it reducing lifetime taxes? Is it making your retirement income more reliable? Is it helping you to avoid OAS clawback? Is it improving the life that you want to live? Or is it simply taking your current situation, putting it in financial planning software, and calling it a plan? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Martin Cloutier from Prestige Private Wealth Management. In today's video, we're going to walk through a retirement planning checklist with 10 key sections you could use with your own advisor. You'll find a downloadable checklist in the description below, and you can print it out, bring it to your advisor, and focus on the questions that matter most to your situation. Because a retirement projection is not the same thing as retirement planning. A projection shows where you're headed. Planning asks whether there's a better route. So let's walk through the 10 sections and I'll give you some background. The first section is government income timing. These are the typical questions around CPP and OAS and when you should start to take them. But the conversation is actually deeper than that because CPP and OAS should not be looked at in isolation. They need to be coordinated with other income sources, your tax bill, OAS clawback, portfolio withdrawals, and the overall estate outcome. So the question is not just, should I take CPP early or late? The better question is, how does this decision affect the rest of my plan? That's what your advisor should be able to explain clearly to you. The next section is about portfolio risk. One thing I see quite often is that a portfolio sounds conservative based on its name, but when you actually analyze it, the risk may be closer to balanced or a growth-oriented portfolio. In other words, the label of the portfolio may not match the risk you're actually taking. And that matters because your portfolio should be appropriate for your stage of life, your retirement income needs, and your ability to handle volatility. The best portfolio is not the one that looks perfect on paper. It's the one that you can actually stick with when markets get difficult. So you should know your portfolio standard deviation, its potential drawdown, how it behaved during stressful markets, and whether it's delivering reasonable returns for the risk and cost involved. The third section is the cash wedge planning. A cash wedge plan is about giving yourself options. If markets are down and you don't necessarily want to be forced to sell investments at the wrong time, so the question becomes, where will your income come from during difficult markets? Do you have access to cash or lower volatility investments? Is that cash wedge coordinated with your tax plan? And is it large enough to really protect you without being so large that it drags down the performance of your portfolio? Then we get into withdrawal strategy, which is one of the most important parts of the retirement plan. Where does your retirement paycheck actually come from? Is it coming from your RIF, your TFSA, your non-registered investments, your pension, your CPP, your OAS, or some combination of all of them? The order of withdrawal can have a major impact on taxes, estate values, and how long your money lasts. It can also affect how much after-tax money you leave behind to loved ones, if of course that's something that's important to you. Some people want to spend more during their retirement, while others want to preserve capital. Some want to leave a larger estate, and the withdrawal strategy should reflect those priorities. Before we keep going, if you're finding this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody who might benefit from the conversation. It helps more people find the channel, and hopefully it helps more people to ask better questions before making important retirement and investment decisions. The next section is lifetime tax planning. Traditional tax planning often focuses on deferring taxes, and there's value in that, but deferring taxes and minimizing taxes are not always the same thing. Sometimes deferring too much tax simply kicks the tax can down the road. It can create larger RIF withdrawals, more OAS clawback, and bigger tax bills at death. So the real question is not, how do I pay the least tax this year? The better question is really, how do I reduce my overall tax bill over my lifetime? Then we have the estate shrinkage section. Estate shrinkage is the amount of your wealth that does not end up going to people or causes that you care about. Some of it may go to tax, some of it may go to fees. Most people would rather leave money going to their spouse, their children, their grandchildren, or their favorite charities than to leave more than necessary to CRA. So your advisor should be able to show you what the estate is projected to look like and how much would be lost to taxes, and if there are, of course, any planning opportunities around taxes and estate planning outcomes. The next section is the return analysis. This is where you want to know whether your portfolio has been designed to provide you reasonable returns for the level of risk that you're taking on. But your portfolio should not be judged in isolation. Has it been compared against a reasonable range of alternatives? Are there lower cost options? Are there more tax efficient options? Are there better risk adjusted options? And importantly, was the portfolio selected because it was in your best interest or because it was the easiest option available through that advisor's platform, dealer, or product shelf? Next is fees and value. Nobody wants to overpay. And I get that. I'm with you. But the lowest cost option is not always the best option, especially if lower fees come at the cost of proper planning, tax strategy, estate planning, behavioral coaching, and ongoing advice. So the question should not be, how much am I paying? The better question should be, what am I receiving for what I'm paying? If the advice helps to reduce taxes, improve retirement income, preserve more of the estate, and give you more confidence, then the value of that advice may be more. Then we get to the plan improvement analysis, and this may be one of the most important sections of the entire checklist. It is closely tied to the value of advice, but the basic idea is simple. Show your work. Can your advisor demonstrate how the recommended plan improves your outcome compared to your baseline plan? Does it reduce lifetime taxes? Does it increase after-tax retirement income? Does it reduce OAS clawback? Those are the kinds of improvements your advisor should be able to explain. A retirement projection shows where you're headed. A real plan should ask whether there's a better route to get there. And finally, we have the lifestyle scoreboard. This is one of my favorite planning conversations because the goal is not just to have the highest net worth. The goal is to make sure that the numbers support the life that you want to live. Are you optimizing only for the financial scoreboard, or are you also paying attention to the happiness scoreboard? Can you travel? Can you help your family? Can you enjoy the early years of retirement while you have the health and the energy to do it? Now, the purpose of this checklist is not to overwhelm you. It's to help you ask better questions, get clear answers, and understand whether your retirement plan is actually improving your outcome. Because a good plan should not leave you guessing. It should give you clarity around options, flexibility in your decisions, and confidence in the path that you're taking. At Prestige Private Wealth Management, our role is to simplify complexity and help clients to make better decisions. That means looking at retirement income, investments, taxes, government benefits, estate planning, and lifestyle together, not as separate pieces. Financial planning isn't just about the numbers, it's about what those numbers can do for you and in your life. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who might benefit from the conversation. And if you want help figuring things out, feel free to book a free coffee call using the link in the description below. And that's how we're here to help you to live for today while planning for a better tomorrow.